This is my synthesis essay analysis. Starting off like my last one, I want to go through exactly what the synthesis essay is looking for. As you know, the English language exam contains 2 sections, the multiple choice and the essay section, which contains 3 essays. Each essay is scored out of 6. And to be able to get this score, one must thoroughly understand the rubric for the essays, which is what this presentation is providing for me. I will not be grading the synthesis essay I wrote with the AP English Lang rubric. Starting off with the thesis point, what exactly is it? It's attainable as long as the thesis can be easily identified and clearly takes a position, like it can't restate the prompt, The rubric states that for someone to not receive this point, there is no thesis whatsoever, or the thesis only restates the prompt. So I have here, I just copy and pasted my introduction so that you could see, like, I highlighted my thesis. My thesis is very easily identifiable at the end of the paragraph, and you can tell it's my thesis, and it argues a valid point rather than just restating the prompt. Like, I'll read it to you. To convince or persuade people to empathize with a certain issue, you must apply it to them somehow, making it twist their narrative. If you are not able to, that person really will not care that much, if at all. While you can pretend to care, one will not be able to truly empathize with an event unless it almost scares them into taking action. So I think that if I was grading myself, I would give myself the thesis point. This is now moving on to evidence and commentary. The evidence and commentary is different than the rhetorical version of evidence and commentary because there are no sources, it's just you. So to do bad in the section, you need to have no evidence outside of the given prompt or have fewer than 2 sentences of evidence. You need to also not explain how the evidence helps support your argument, like to not get the point. For my evidence, I provided and explained 2 personal stories. So I have the evidence and went into depth on them, how they are connected to the initial claim of people lacking empathy unless they are directly targeted. In the rubric, it says you need 3 pieces. I only put 2, but I don't think it's that big of a deal because I had 2 body paragraphs. It was formatted fine. And then I had a very consistent line of reasoning that I followed, so I think that I did pretty good in that section. And now I'm going to go through my body paragraphs themselves. So as you can see, this is literally my entire body paragraph number 1. Yes, that's my entire body paragraph 1. I highlighted so this entire first chunk is literally just evidence. So I definitely went over 2 sentences, and I highlighted the part where I was able to connect my evidence to my thesis, and I'm reading them now, and I feel like I did that very clearly. I think that I can easily be tied into each other. So I introduced the story and explained thoroughly, and I tied it together naturally, and I rated myself. I said it was very solid. I would give this paragraph itself 4 points for commentary and explaining the evidence very well. So I would give this paragraph itself a 4, like if I rated them individually. This is body paragraph 2. I did the same thing. I copy and pasted it. There were some bigger issues with this one. The cyan part that I highlighted is like irrelevant information that I don't know why I put. I guess I was geeked. I didn't actually tie it back into my thesis. I think that's what the green part is me tying it into my thesis. But I feel like I could have expanded further on why this applies to the thesis rather than rambling about I talked about my president's speech. I could have talked more about like how it connects to the thesis than what my speech was about, because I feel like that itself is irrelevant. I just have to explain how the strategies in which how it worked, not like what I put in the essay or put in my speech, if that makes sense. I would give this paragraph like a 2 because like I said, all this science stuff is irrelevant. Like if I remove the science, it would still make sense and it would just be a lot shorter, and I feel like that's barely even 2 sentences. But I was able to connect it to my thesis, so I would give this a 2, which would make my total commentary score a 3. So the synthesis essay rubric does not have a section for rhetorical choices. It just goes straight into sophistication. So I'm going to talk about what sophistication is. There are 4 main things, I guess. Creating a nuanced argument by consistently identifying and exploring complexities or intentions across the source. Articulating the implications or limitations in an argument, either the student's argument or the arguments conveyed in the sources, by situating it within a broader context. Making effective rhetorical choices that consistently strengthen the force and impact of the student's argument, and employing a style that is consistently vivid and persuasive. That is what gets you the sophistication point, or one of them that gets you the sophistication point. This is my scoring. Brief mention of other argument, but I did not elaborate at all. I just mentioned it. I did dive into other sources, but I did not get very broad, and I did not articulate very well to earn sophistication, in my opinion. So I would say that I did not get the sophistication point. Thanks.